Welcome to Lifespring channel. A parent entered my office. She wanted something. She started saying something, but not clearly. When I looked at her face, she was nervous and frightened. I asked her if she was frightened. She reluctantly agreed. I assured her that nothing is going to happen. If you don't tell it clearly, I won't understand you and you may not get what you wanted. After a deep sigh, she narrated what she wanted. I listened to her patiently and carefully, and as the conversation progressed, I saw that the lady was becoming calm. She got her work done, and as she was leaving my office, she told me something interesting. Father, you are not the way I thought and heard about you, that you are very strict. You are really different. You are kind and understanding. I told her to thank God that she could experience me and come to know me personally. Yes, friends, this is what happens when we hear what people say and believe it as true or reality. The lady also believed what people said about me and accepted it as the reality. In fact, it was not the reality. As she came into my office, she was not relating to the real Harry, but the created Harry. She had no freedom. She was full of fear. This is what happens to everyone who accepts the thoughts or judgments as reality. This is the way we frame people or fix people into frames and operate to the framed people and not the real ones, and lose freedom, relationships, and joy. Let's see in depth framing people and the technique to come out of it. Here we go. What do you think when you see this picture? All of us pass some judgment about this picture. This is called framing people, a trait that forfeits freedom. What is the meaning of framing people? It's passing a judgment on a person, accept it as true or reality, and operate out of it. What is the immediate effect? I put on colored glasses and look at the person. That means I become biased. Some kind of fear grips me if I have negative judgment. I lose freedom to talk or relate to the real person. For example, he is not trustworthy. When you talk to him, you will be careful. You will avoid being alone with him if you are a lady. What are the long-term effects? Find difficulty in dealing or approaching. You are not able to say what you want to say or present properly. Consequently, the person is unable to understand you fully or properly. Becomes extremely difficult or impossible to come to any conclusion or find a solution or work together. More scope for reaction than responding positively. You become ineffective or unproductive. Tension, fear, and disappointment rule your life. Why do I lose freedom? First, it's our human nature. We are thinking beings. Our imagination is at work all the time, and so thoughts come to us naturally. Besides, our past experiences also influence or play a vital role in the present thought pattern unless I have gained mastery over managing my thought process. Second, thought process. Whenever I see something or someone, some thoughts flash across my mind. Most of the time, I accept the thoughts as truth or reality. True, because I myself have seen or heard with my own eyes or ears. I never question myself about the authenticity of what I think or whether what I think is reality. The result: I pass a judgment or generalization on the person without a verification or without having much experience of the real person. I put on colored glasses and start looking at the person. The person appears colored. I start relating to the created colored person and not with the real person. Hence, out of bias, I lose freedom, means I am not able to look at or relate to the real person. Let's see through diagrams. We have two domains. One is reality domain, second is interpretation domain. When I see a person, I get thoughts, looks unreliable. Then what happens? Then the two domains become one. The reality domain is forgotten. What is viewed at is only the domain of interpretation and not as interpretation but as reality for me in my mind. As a result, I look at the person through colored glasses in my own created reality. Here I lose freedom. I have no freedom. What do I do then? Continue losing freedom or enjoy freedom? What is your choice? Congratulations, you have chosen to enjoy freedom. Let's find out the key to enjoy freedom. We have two domains, the reality domain and the interpretation domain. When I see a person, thought come, looks unreliable, then what have I made? I have made reality and interpretation into one. If I want to look at the reality as reality, what do I do? What am I looking at? I am looking at interpretation, but not as interpretation, but as reality. To look at the reality as reality, separate the reality and the interpretation. How do I do it? The key will help us. Do you want the key? When I see someone, it is quite natural that thoughts come to my mind. What was I doing so far? So far, I was accepting the interpretation as true or reality. If I do this, then reality and interpretation become one, and interpretation becomes reality, and I lose freedom. So, instead of doing this, I do something else. That is, when the thought comes to mind, I say to myself, this is my thought. The moment I say this is my thought, that is the key. I accept the thought as thought and it gets separated from reality. Now I enjoy freedom. Tips to enjoy freedom. 1. Thank God for the gift of freedom. 2. Make a powerful choice to remain free. 3. Practice the key for freedom with one's thoughts
When you get thoughts, say to yourself, these are my thoughts. When someone else speaks to you about third person, tell to yourself, this is his thought or her thought. 4. Acknowledge and apologize for your actions done under the influence of framing people trait. 5. Teach this tool or key to at least 5 persons in a month. Note, do it only when persons are in a listening state, or prepare them with prior sittings. Now, action plan. Make a list of persons whom you have fixed or acted or reacted due to this trait. Make a plan to acknowledge and apologize to them if there has been some ill feelings or misunderstandings arisen due to your fixation trait. Share with the group or partner. Enjoy freedom. All the best. God bless you.